Welcome back to Switch to Linux. This is the weekly news roundup business edition. These are recorded live Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to come on live, interact with everybody watching, and maybe hear the screaming going on live and make your neighbors question too, what is that guy listening to? But anyway, we're going to start out with a brief discussion of my affiliate for today, A2 Hosting. This is who I use to host all of my individual client servers, my own servers. I'm using the VPS hosting. You can get good shared hosting, free SSLs, and their system works quite well. And you can follow my affiliate link there and sign up a cPanel for yourself if you are needing one. Actually, the VPS hosting has some non-cPanel type ones as well. I believe they have Windows hosting in there as well, but Windows? This is a Linux channel. We don't want to do anything with that. All right, so with this, we're going to start out like we need to update my subscribing to bankruptcy new video. I think I might actually do that. I have it's one of my earliest tinfoil hat time videos called Subscribing to Bankruptcy, and definitely worth watching. But we had two subscription services talking about in the business news today. So Fitbit is launching their new line, including a new $10 premium subscription service. That's right. Now you can pay them $10 a month to track all of your health data on their servers and potentially sell it to your health insurance company. Bonus. All right. So with Fitbit, they're coming out and newer products, newer services. They're basically revamping the old one, keeping it at the same price point, but now adding the premium features. So now you can do your Fitbit Premium at $10 a month, or you can buy it annually for $80 a year. Guys, we are so subscribing to too many things. Okay, so it says, what does the $10 a month give you? Custom insights. Shocking. That's the promise. The health and sleep information goes deeper than what users of the free app gets. The core offering is 9 guided health and fitness programs with names like Intro to Health Habits, Get More Z's, Habits for Restful Sleep, Get Active, Beginner Running, Run Training, Understand Your Calories, Kick Your Sugar Habit, and Kick Your Salt Habit. Wow, talk about the ADA approved garbage that doesn't work and makes us unhealthy. Holy crap, you're paying $10 a month for stuff that's useless. That's exciting. Not to mention to send all of your data up to there. It's always been a core idea what they do, and everyone's moving to a subscription model anyway, so makes sense on the face of it. Can we stop with the subscription models? I got news for you. In 2019, I don't own any subscription models. I don't own any subscription services at all. People, you can survive this world without subscription services. And I highly encourage you to do it. Yeah, sure, it's only $10 a month, but $10 a month, $10 a month, plus $10 a month, plus $10 a month, plus $10 a month, and then you're putting all of this on your credit card, auto-paying, and you're just paying the bill when it comes in. The average person doesn't even have any idea what they're spending on their credit cards. That's insane, people. So, not a whole lot here. A lot of people are going, so I have to pay $10 a month for, A lot of people are looking at this going, it doesn't make sense. Of course, Euro, this is the new router. I believe, was it Amazon, I think, that bought these guys? Yeah, Amazon bought these guys. This is a security router, a router, people, with a monthly subscription service. For $2.99 monthly, you get some added security features. And then, of course, that's their cheap one. They have a $9.99 month as well. Now, you can also get these for the year plan for $30 per year, or I forget what their longer one is, $100 a year, $99 per year. So the free version, the $2.99 one has protect all your devices from threats, safe filtering, ad blocking, activity center shows how devices use your network, weekly insights. I got news for you guys. If you go buy yourself a cheap PC from Craigslist and install pfSense on it, you can get all this stuff for free. If you want to pay the extra, you get 1Password, cloud-based passwords managers. Oh, great. That's exciting. I think 1Password is cloud-based. A VPN, Encrypt.me, VPN for everyone, and Malwarebytes, which is not a particularly good antivirus these days. Used to be good. Antivirus changes every couple of years. If you're still one of them suckers still on Windows, if you're still using Windows, just use Windows Defender. It's going to be the best bang for your buck. It's free, and frankly, it does just as good of a job as all these other ones, and it doesn't have all the shady things going on. So yeah, there's a second subscription service for you guys. You guys can all map this stuff up. I should do a thing. How many average, doesn't the average person spend like $150 a month in subscription services or something? I don't know. Pinterest. Yeah, Pinterest is doing some new things. You search anything related to vaccines at all, no matter what you're looking for, they're going to give you scientific facts. In fact, I love the way The Guardian puts this. Pinterest news search will offer something rare on social media. Facts. I'm really sorry to burst Guardian's bubble, but science does not give us facts. Okay? Now, before you want to say, oh my God, you're so stupid, you're an anti-science guy, I have a PhD in science. I have a PhD in integrative biological sciences with an emphasis in molecular toxicology. I know a little bit about science. Science does not give you facts. Science gives you demonstrable information under predefined circumstances. Okay, let's get that one out of the way. What qualifies as a fact? Something that moves to the level of a law is what a fact is. That means that we know exactly what and where and how it works. The law of gravity. I drop a pen, it drops at 9.8 meters per second squared as an acceleration only on Earth and outside of any other weird, rare circumstances. Then you have things like feathers don't follow that rate, but a bowling ball will follow a little bit better because we have things like terminal velocity, things like that. So really what it should say is they'll offer you the scientific research. The problem with the scientific research, though, is oftentimes there is a political agenda. Now, I'm not an anti-vaxxer. I really don't have a dog in this fight. I don't do flu shots. I think that the thing is, a flu shot is only 30% accurate. It's literally a crapshoot what they guess is going to be coming down the line. There's basically multiple antigens of flu, and they make a prediction based on models as to which one or two antigens are coming down the line. And then they literally make a flu vaccine that may or may not actually work. In fact, the flu vaccine has a better chance of getting you sick than you have of not getting sick by not getting it. Believe it or not. And actual science research behind that. Now, granted, there are some groups that could certainly benefit from that, but the problem I have with this is it starts suggesting, what are they going to do the same thing with diet, like Facebook did, blocking certain diet groups? Giving us only the ADA-approved medical research is actually the stuff that literally makes us fat. Quite literally, people. The approved medical advice actually makes us fat. It does. Literally. That's why a country is either starving or obese. You don't find a whole lot of in-betweens. Because you either have, there's a few places, like Aborigines are generally very healthy because they eat very well. But you get your poor countries. You take a poor country who suffers from starvation, and we implant the Western diet because it's, good, safe, preserved food, and instantaneously they go from starving to fat. Because the American diet, the Western diet, literally makes you fat. So Facebook banned a group simply saying, hey, here's some general health considerations, things to think about. So what I have a problem with this is that the overarching argument, and yes, we have serious issues with vaccination and not vaccination, but what happened is it's political policy, not science, that caused this entire situation. Because if you pull up a bunch of anti-vax people and you ask them, they're not going to tell you there's no evidence that vaccines work. That's not what they're fighting for. What the anti-vaccination groups are fighting for is the fact that we have a law in the United States that specifically states a drug company, a doctor's office, nobody in the medical field can be held liable for a faulty vaccine, even if carelessness has been found. In other words, if 100 people go to get a vaccine and whoops, there was cyanide in there and everyone gets injected, there is a law on the book that nobody of that 100 people that dies, 100% death rate, none of them can sue the drug company or the doctor's office. That is the crux of what we have. All we're looking for is to have the ability to have the ability to hold those pharmaceutical companies liable. That's really what's going on in most of these groups. And then what ends up happening is people swing so far the other way, they radicalize in that direction and say, I'm not getting nothing. The reality is we should get vaccines for very specific things. We shouldn't be getting vaccines for 150,000 little diseases, some of them made up, some of them based on lifestyle, like HPV vaccine. We have very little research on it, and it's a sexually transmitted disease. Teach your children to keep their private parts to themselves, okay? Literally. We're talking about measles and mumps and smallpox. Dude, go get the vaccine. Because the risk of it is so small compared to what happens if you get the disease. But that's what has happened is they've pushed so far the other way. And so now Pinterest, what they want to do is they want to say, oh, we're not going to allow any of this kind of stuff. We're going to sit down and say anything you're looking for, we're just going to give you what we think is the right stuff. And you're shutting down the conversation. And that is the thing that's the problem here. And so that's an interesting thing, but we can't even research this stuff anymore because too many people are throwing out the entire argument. This has nothing to do with, is the science work? These are not anti-science people. It's people that say, we want a say in holding pharmaceutical companies liable if there is a problem in the manufacturing. It's to say, we want a say in which ones we get. We need to go back to where we had vaccines only against the most critical diseases and self-immunize for the rest of them. That is the way to go. So that's kind of what's going on in that whole debate. It's not a bunch of anti-science people. It's a bunch of people that are like, we need correction in the policy. Because if we fix the problem in the policy, then we'll have a better situation. All right, enough off of that soapbox. Let's get on to Scooternado. So, of course, this hurricane is coming down, and this new thing is looked at. People are looking at all of these dockless scooters and going, what happens when you have all of these dockless scooters and a hurricane comes to town? Now we'll have hurricane projectiles will now include flying scooters. Scooternado, people, Scooternado. Run, the scooters are coming, the scooters are coming. So these dockless scooters and bicycles will, if they're still sitting around here and the hurricane comes and they don't get them off the streets, you could be whacked down like you got your whole place secured down, man, and a scooter goes barreling on through your window. Woohoo! So the individual scooter companies that have been littering the streets with these cursed things are now come down saying, yeah, we're going to come down and get all these things off the street so we don't have a flying Scooternado flying through the town. So Miami apparently has 3 different companies. Bird, Lime, Lyft, Spin, and Uber. I guess was that 5 different companies. Really, Uber has scooters? I don't know. But they're all promising to get the scooters down out of the town before they become the Scooternado knocking everything out. And so that's fascinating. What do you guys think? Are you excited for Scooternado, or do you want to live through this? You want to sit there and set up some security cameras to watch the scooters go flying through the air. Let me know which one of those you'd like to see in the comments down below.